Έχουν κλείσει τα πάντα εδώ, ξενοδοχεία, εστιατόρια.
It's a small city of 30,000 people and we are just 5 people that we are volunteer with a stray dog.
We're just controlled by the police to make sure that we have permit to be out.
Usually people give food from restaurants, tavernas, but now everything is locked down. We asked also from the people to see if there's someone that wishes to help, but no one contacted us. We need to survive, of course, but they need to survive too.
Greece has been in strict lockdown for more than 2 weeks now due to the COVID-19 pandemic. Everything is closed, the streets are empty, and citizens are advised to stay home as much as possible. But there is a problem. There are no official statistics, but there are estimated to be more than 3 million stray dogs and 5 million stray cats that survive on the streets of the country, among a human population of just 11 million. And during this lockdown, they are starving.
Μεγάλο πρόβλημα αντιμετωπίζουμε με την κορυφή του βουνού. Ένα μέρος το οποίο έχει μόνο ταβέρνες και κανένα δυο ξενοδοχεία. Έχουν κλείσει τα πάντα με αποτέλεσμα ζώα που σιτιζόντουσαν από αυτές τις επιχειρήσεις να έχουν μείνει χωρίς τροφή. Δεν υπάρχουν μόνιμοι κάτοικοι εκεί.
This is Eri. She's running a small animal charity in northeast mainland Greece, Pilio. It is mountainous up there, it is cold, it relies mainly on winter tourism and it is full of strays.
Φτιάξαμε μια αυτοσχέδια ταΐστρα με ό,τι μέσα διαθέταμε. Καθημερινά πρέπει να ανεβαίνει κάποιος για να ταΐζει τα ζώα. Είναι περί τα 20 με 25 σκυλιά εκεί.
Eri is not the only one who is desperately trying to keep strays from starving. All the way down to one of the southest parts of mainland Greece, Katerina is having the same problem.
Going out to find stray dogs to feed them, or cats, because it's very difficult for them at this time to find food.
Katerina runs one of the biggest dog shelters in Greece, with daily expenses that rise sky high. It is a lot of work, but amid the coronavirus lockdown, she now runs double shifts trying to feed as many stray dogs and cats as she possibly can. Strays usually survive in Greece because of the few volunteers that care for them, but they always rely on the random kindness of strangers. Restaurants and coffee shops and hotels are keeping many of them alive, usually unwillingly. With the tolerance of the owners and the customers that might throw them a bite of bread, and with fast food leftovers people drop on the streets, somehow they satisfy their hunger. With the lockdown, this main food source that keeps them alive day after day is simply gone. And from southern Greece, let's go to the west. I'm having a chat with Yota, who is one of the 5 volunteers in Navpaktos, a small town of 30,000 people.
We have a serious problem. We have most of the dogs that they're abandoned are sheep dogs and hunting dogs. In our shelter now we have approximately 80 strays, but we also have strays, we foster strays in our houses. The strays in Navpaktos, it's a big issue because the people here are not very friendly. They usually finding food from us, from the volunteers, and some of the tavernas also feed them. We asked also from the people of Navpaktos if there's someone that wishes to help to feed strays. We can provide them food, but no one contacts us. So
and this is the problem. The random stranger that might feed a stray or two occasionally is not there anymore, and they don't care to be, which means leaving the volunteers working non-stop and seeing their weekly expenses double as they are trying to make up for everyone else's indifference. The government is allowing the volunteers to feed the strays with a special permit, and some municipalities have offered food and placed feeders around the towns. But the feeders are usually destroyed, turned into garbage bins, or they are left exposed in the rain, resulting in the food becoming inedible. And there is the darkest issue of all, of course. Poisoned baits have doubled during the lockdown, with more strays being poisoned than ever before everywhere in the country, putting on an extra burden on the volunteers that fear they need to supervise the streets and protect the starving strays from dying of rat poison.
Now, because of the coronavirus and the lockdown, the problem is more serious up to the villages, up to the mountains. It's hard for us to go there. We try though, but it's hard to go there. The dogs there are just dying.
Although feeding strays is allowed, driving to the municipality next door is not allowed, which causes a huge problem. Usually small cities and towns around the country have a handful of volunteers who also care for strays in remote villages as well. Strays they are not allowed to have access to now, unless they are willing to risk paying a fine for it.
As you can see, we are driving in empty road. Every citizen in this town is in their home. We are at the second week of the totally lockdown in Greece, and we are driving every day in many areas around the city and out of the city.
And from western Greece to central Greece, where Hermione has taken on the task to feed all strays around the town. To understand what this means, you have to realize how busy the schedule of someone like her really is. There is no rest for volunteers like her, and I saw that with my own eyes a couple of months ago.
We have about 100 plus stray animals inside the shelter. We care for them every day, and there are countless animals still living on the streets. Puppies, adults, everything. Now that people are at home and citizens not allowed to be out, we work more than ever. Another problem we have to deal with is that everything is closed in Greece. Pet shops and veterinarians are only at the moment, only morning open. After midday, everything is closed. We can't find anything after midday. We have to deal with that also.
But the rescues don't stop. Between caring for hundreds of animals in the shelters, feeding countless starving dogs and cats on empty streets, abuse and abandonment keep thriving, making the work of the charities 10 times harder. Adoptions have come to a halt for the foreseeable future, which means that new rescues are coming in as always, while no animals are being adopted out.
All the adoptions have been stopped because none of the dogs can be transferred even to Greece, especially though to abroad. We cannot give dogs for adoption, and we cannot have the other dogs that they're in need.
No dog finds adoption at the moment. No donations coming in at the moment. People are afraid for the future.
Τώρα στις τροφές χρωστάμε 2.000 και δεν λέει να πέσει με τίποτα. Ναι, ρε. Είναι πάρα πολλά τα ζώα, πάρα πολλά.
Είμαστε σε τραγική κατάσταση καθώς οι τροφές δεν επαρκούν. Δεν ξέρω τι θα γίνει, είναι λίγο απελπιστικά τα πράγματα.
Desperate sums up the situation, really, for the animals and for the few people who care for them when no one else does. All over the country, millions of dogs and cats are wondering, where have we all gone? And this lockdown is proof of how much they depend on humans for their survival. And now that they need us more than ever, most of us seem to have abandoned them, with only a handful of people trying to do the work of entire communities, towns and cities.
Trying to be careful, to care for our life first, but we have to care for the stray animals also. We can't stay at home at the moment. Our job is more important now than ever.
It's very cold, and I want to say to all of you, hello from East Pilio. Take care of yourself. Have a wonderful afternoon. Thank you.
Hello, I am Valia. If you like the videos, please subscribe, and if you can, join me on Patreon and help create more compassionate people. Para la versión del canal en castellano, busquen el enlace abajo.